Good morning, guys. So today I'm going to be doing a very simple like planner budget video. Basically, I'll just be showing you kind of my rundown of what I do every month for our budget. Now, I don't have the time to sit and do, the lengthy budget. We also have our income kind of fluctuates and our needs fluctuate because there are 8 of us in this house, so we never know what's going to come up. But we do have our regular monthly income that does come in, and we do have regular monthly bills that have to go out. So I'm going to work just kind of to show you what I do so that maybe you can get an idea of how to work your budget that's simple and just kind of maybe it'll work for you like it works for us. So I usually use a big, a big happy planner for my everyday appointments and what have you. This is just a miniature version of what I use, and I use the horizontal one. This is the one that goes in my purse, so that's what I'm going to show you on this one because I haven't put any of my appointments in there. So none of my personal, information is on here yet because I haven't done anything for September, so I'm a little bit behind. But so I'm going to show you on here, but like I said, my big planner is exactly like this, and it's a horizontal one. So this is what I'm going to use to show you. But first, the first thing that I do is every month you go through and you write. Now I'm using this, but I usually just use a sheet of paper, like regular notebook paper. So you're going to write your expenses, and I kind of like this one because it's already split up for me. So you're going to write your expenses, and you're going to make a list of all your bills that are due, their due dates, and the amount that you owe. So let's say you have your rent or your mortgage. And I'm not going to be putting any numbers because I don't feel comfortable, sharing our information like that. But I'm just going to put, a $sign. So that way to fill that in with your amounts. So you have your rent and your mortgage, due. I'm going to put the first, and then you write how much on another, column. Then you have your gas. Ours is together, so I put gas and electric, and ours is generally due on the 11th. And then we have our water bill, and my writing is atrocious, so don't judge me, the 21st. Then if you have any credit cards, now you can break this down however you want. So we have 1 credit card each, and they're due on the same day, which is kind of good. So, but you can break this down. So say you have, Chase, and you have First Premier, or you have, whatever, Discover. You can list those out and put the dates that they're due and the amounts that you owe, however it works for you. So if you have any type of loans for anything, you can put that in. We do have 1. And then this is, and then insurance. So that can also be broken down. You can either group it up into 1, or you can group it up into medical, car, life, break it down like that. I do 1 lump sum because it's all one company. So that's how I'm going to do that. And you put that in there. And then this is kind of the one that varies. Now, if you have a car note, which thank God at the moment we don't, you put your car note in there. If you have like tuition or any other reoccurring, monthly reoccurring bill, you're just going to list it here with the date and the amount. Then you have your gas for your car, your groceries. This is how I break it down, toiletries, because there's so many of us, I have to be able to budget a certain amount for everyone. But again, this can vary from month to month. So, all right, so then there's that. And this obviously isn't going to have a date because, Sorry, my dog just woke up apparently. So again, this is where you're going to list your expenses for the month, whatever they may be. So if you have anything else that you have to pay every month, or if say that month you have a different bill that's due, like say, you know, you had to, I don't know, whatever you may have to add every month, you can adjust it, you can do whatever you need to do. But just make sure you list them out so you know what you have. So then, this is kind of where we tend to forget or kind of sway off your savings. Every month, there has to be some type of savings so that you can, you know, have a little nest egg. Now, this number can vary. This number can be a set amount. So you can say, okay, every month I'm going to save, I don't know, let's just say every month I'm going to save $300, right? I'm just throwing a number out there. So then you can either just make a savings account, throw that in there, like say you get paid every week, then you throw $75 in there every week, if that works for you. If you get paid every 2 weeks and you want to throw $150 in there every 2 weeks, you get paid however you want to do that, whatever number you're comfortable with, just make sure you're saving something. So even if you can't do 300 and you can save 50 a month and break it down into 4 paychecks, whatever you can do, just try to build something up there, just so you have something sitting there just in case. And I know, you know, it's hard sometimes. Trust me, I know I was a single mom forever and I worked with fixed income. I had very limited income. So I know it's hard, but this is something I've learned that we just have to do because it's so helpful and it's very, very important. So you can break them down if you want to, and you can have cash envelopes at home if you think you can handle having the cash at home and not dipping into it every month. You can break it down. This is kind of how we do it. We now have our Christmas fund as well. We're trying to purchase a new home. Car repairs, we just had to do those, so that's definitely an important one. Vacation, we haven't taken one in a while, so we're definitely trying to save up for that. Personal care, this can be anything, any kind of medical maybe expenses that come up, medicine, you know, the kids need anything, you know, that's what I use that one for. And then you have a miscellaneous, if this works for you, you know, your play money. Like I said, if it works for you. If it doesn't, you just make sure you put something aside. Like I said, and you can do a cash envelope or get your own savings account and just throw it in there and act like it doesn't even exist. That way you have it. Okay, so this is how I start. Make my list, that way I know when everything is due and how much is due. Okay, so after we do this, you put that kind of off to the side and you get your planner. Now if you don't have a planner, you can go to Dollar Tree or anywhere, get yourself a planner that at least has a monthly. I made this one from a Dollar Tree student planner. And I'll link that below in case you guys want to do something like this. And this is another one that I made with another Dollar Tree planner. This is not a student one, I don't think, but it's just a planner. But just make sure you find yourself something that has, I don't think this one has a monthly, it just kind of goes into the next month. I like the ones that have monthly ones in it so that I can do this. Now, if you don't have any of that and you have maybe a small binder, you can get yourself notebook paper that fits in there and get yourself one of these small little desk calendars, get some cardstock, put it on the back, glue this on there, and just do your monthly one, and then you can put your list behind it. And then that way, you know, you have everything in writing. It's just it's really important to get everything down on paper so that you can see it. So it's tangible, you can see it. So, like I said, I have this one from the Dollar Tree. You can use something like this, or if you have a planner that you use, it doesn't have to be Happy Planner or whatever planner you use. It's not going to take up, excuse me, it's not going to take up much space. So if you have a daily planner, you can use that. Okay, so then the next thing you do, now this is how I do it. Again, you can do it however you're comfortable. I just write because I use my planner all the time, and I may open it up at the doctor's office or, you know, wherever I'm at to write an appointment in. I don't put amounts here. I just put what's due that day. So, you know, rent is due that day. You just kind of go through and write everything out. Your gas and electric is due this day. And if you have stickers that you want to put on here, you know, they have budget stickers, you know, you can do that too. So just go through and put everything in. Like I said, I don't put amounts on here just because, you know, in case I open this up in front of people, I don't want anybody knowing, you know, what we have in bills. That's just me personally. I'm kind of weird like that. Insurance. Okay. So these are our monthly bills, like bills. So then when you go through, you just write them all out. Now here you can write what it is and the amount that it is. That way, when you open it up, you know, okay, this is what I owe for this, you know, this week. So then it's also important to write down your days that you get paid or whatever. So let's say you get paid on Fridays, which we have a regular income that comes in on Tuesday. So I just make some kind of note. You can put payday or whatever. I just know that means we get paid. So if you get paid on Friday, you know, just put that here. If you get paid on Wednesday, whatever it is, or say you have, you know, several incomes that come in, which is ours. So what I'll do on my big planner is I'll go through and I'll put this month when we get paid. So, okay, so that's it for that. And then you marked all your paydays. And because our income, like I said, varies from month to month, this really works for us. Because then this way, once I've written out my list, I know, then, you know, you total it up. And now I know, okay, this month I need, you know, 2,000, whatever. I'm just putting a number down there. You know, this month I know I need that much, and I know I have to keep that. So altogether, I know that this month we at least need this much, you know. Then anything extra is, I guess, I don't want to say play money, but let's say you want to go out to dinner or, you know, anything like that. You want those new pair of shoes, then you know you can do it comfortably. Everything's been paid. You've saved your money. You've done what you need to do. So that's just what works for me, what works for us, and, you know, what helps. Now you can add an expense tracker. That's almost impossible for us. There's too many of us. We kind of spend separately, but we know what our budget is to spend because we've written this out. We know what we have extra, and we don't spend more than that because it's not in the account. We've moved it. We've paid the bills. We've got our savings set aside. Everything's set aside, so whatever's left in the account is what can be used. So that, you know, helps. So, you know, your groceries, your toiletries, your cleaning supplies, if you want, you can add all those like into one lump sum if that would work for you. It's harder for me to do it in one lump sum just because, like I said, there's so many of us. I need to set a separate amount for everything. That way, you know, I know what I'm doing. So you can always switch it. You can go between those two, or though, you know, however you want to do that. Let's see. The next thing, so then your savings. So let's say, you know, you have your savings listed out, right? So and this is going to be however you want to. These are just what we put down. You can switch it up however you want to. Or like I said, you can just do one lump sum and just put it to the side and leave it alone. But, you know, you break this down. So say you want to put in every pay period, every month, to figure out how you want to do that. And then, you know, you break it down. Put, you know, say you're going to put 50 into the household savings, and you're going to put another 50 in here, and you're going to put 25 into the Christmas one, and whatever it is, you know, you want to put 100 into the house, 20 into the cars, however you're going to break it down, you do that, and just make sure you account for that when you're putting your budget together so that you're not missing that, because it's important. It really is. And I've learned that the hard way. So yeah, so basically that's it. I mean, that's all, that's all you need to do. Make sure you list everything out. So this is what our budget looks like, every month. We list it out. That way we know when the dates are. We can kind of see if we need to move anything around. I don't know if you can see that. If we need to move anything around, okay, well, this month, we did extra groceries last month, so we'll put that towards this, or, we'll put that in our fund money, or whatever. This month we didn't use as much gas because, like during the, when the pandemic was really strong, my husband wasn't going to work. He was working from home, so we saved gas. So, I mean, just stuff like that. You list it out. That's really important, just to kind of see it, make it tangible, make it be something that you can look at and say, oh, wow, okay, this is what we spend every month. And this is how much we make. So, it gives you the room to kind of maneuver and move things around the way that you need to fit your budget. Excuse me. And then, like I said, I put it in here so that when I'm looking at my planner to put appointments, to do whatever I'm going to do, I can see it and say, okay, now, this is due this day, this is due this day. And you can add whatever you want to, like if you want to put, you're going to do groceries on, we do groceries kind of whenever, but let's say you're going to pick Saturday as your grocery day, you put that on there. If you're going to do it every 2 weeks. If you want to keep real track of everything, then you do that. So then when you do your groceries that week, so you went on the 5th, say you spent, $250 on groceries. You write it down. That way you're tracking what you spent. So then see, I like my calendar, just it's here. It's always with me, whatever. So let's say that, I don't know, say Friday you went shopping and you went to Target and you got, you went to Target and you spent $50 on laundry detergent and toiletries and a couple of snacks or whatever. Just write it down. Write whatever you spent, say you spent $50. And then, at the end of the week, total it up. So that includes this. So, you put your rent in there. Say you put gas in the car this day. You put $30, whatever. I wish I spent $30 on gas. You put it in there and then you put your total here for the week. And whatever the total is, see if it's working for you. Do it for a couple of months. See how you're spending. See what you're spending. If you're spending too much, have a no spend week, or cut down on some stuff. Don't buy the Starbucks for a couple of weeks. Don't, just kind of adjust the way that you need to. So I know this was a really kind of simple budget. I don't do those extra special, I'm not a financial advisor or anything like that. But this is what works for us because I like to see the list of it, and then I can see it in my calendar. I can see what we're moving around. I can see what we're spending. So hopefully this helps you out. And let me know what you think in the comments. And that is it. Until the next time, be the reason someone smiles. Bye, guys.